Welcome to the very first episode of Review. My name is Luke Buckmaster, and every week I'll be discussing some of the latest films to arrive in Australian cinemas. Now, this week we're going to kick it off by going underground cave diving with Richard Roxburgh and Rhys Wakefield in Sanctum. It's supposed to be the first ever Australian-made 3D blockbuster, but depending on how the box office goes, could well become the first ever Australian-made 3D blockbuster flop. I'll talk more about that in a moment, and also discuss the latest movie to be based around the pretty damn broad shoulders of Dwayne aka The Rock Johnson, the cinema beefcake extraordinaire who actually managed a pretty good transition from a career based on the WWF wrestling mat to a career based in Hollywood. In Sanctum, it's no surprise that the 3D technology is employed to pretty good effect. The executive producer, after all, was James Cameron, and the 3D camera system used by director Alistair Grierson is the same one James Cameron employed to great effect in Avatar. Unfortunately, the scenery in Sanctum is a lot less spectacular. Richard Roxburgh plays Frank, a fair dinkum diving expert who leads an expedition to a cave network deep in the jungles of Papua New Guinea. The team argue and bicker about what to do after flash floods drench the underground cave network and pose some serious problems for them getting out alive. The cast badly overplay their performances, and virtually every breath they exhale delivers a thundering reminder that we're watching a movie, and a very bad one at that. Roxburgh is a talented actor, but his performance is embarrassingly hammy, and Rhys Wakefield, who plays his son, fares no better. A schmaltzy father-son dynamic at the heart of the film could hardly be more contrived or sentimental. There are flashbacks, allegedly inspiring poems, and some truly horrendous dialogue. Audiences would be much better equipped to deal with this sort of cheesy nonsense if vomit bags were attached to the back of every seat in the cinema. Sanctum is a gigantic water-soaked lemon and heralds an ominous beginning to Australia's venture into the 3D realm. It gets a red light from me. If you're going to see it, be sure to get a lobotomy beforehand. Arguably, it's included in the ticket price.
No matter what happens, you never, ever give up.
As I mentioned before, Dwayne Johnson has managed to pull off an unlikely transition from the WWF circuit to Hollywood, where he's forged a respectable career in the movie business. Not respectable in any creative or soul-nourishing sense, but he's certainly been able to pad out his CV as Hollywood's resident built-like-a-brick shithouse tough guy. In Faster, he plays a character known only as the Driver. Shortly after being released from prison, the Driver picks up a list of names of people who double-crossed him and his brother and tracks them down one by one in a murderous rampage of revenge. The plot is convoluted slightly by two additional characters. There's the police officer known only as Cop, played by Billy Bob Thornton, and an assassin, played by Oliver Jackson Cohen, who's after the driver's scalp. Director George Tillman Jr. reiterates time and time again that this movie is all about revenge and paying the price when the past catches up to you. Dwayne Johnson isn't exactly a finely tuned dramatic performer, but he has a lot of presence and a knack for always seeming to be in on the joke, no matter how poker-faced and humorless his performances can be. Billy Bob Thornton, who looks like he had a bad hair day, is in sleepwalking mode as the cop out to get him. This is very easy work for Billy Bob. If a hard-boiled popcorn revenge movie sounds like your thing, this one at least has the courtesy to sustain an entertaining momentum. Mostly, Faster is expendable and forgettable entertainment, but not without some merit. I'll give it an orange light. Well, that's all from me for now. Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of Review. I'll be back next week, hopefully with some better films to talk about. See you then. Crikey.